Do you know what I really hate about cycling? Punctures. And to shoot this video, I actually intended to fake one. But guess what? Today I left from work, went for a ride, and after about 5 kilometers, I got an actual puncture. So I just need to remove the wheel, change my tube, and then I need to reinflate it to 75 psi. And it's actually the last part that drives me completely crazy. In the past, I've been using that small portable hand pump, but honestly, it takes like 3 hours to reinflate a tire like this, and I hated it. So I switched into these. This is a CO2 cartridge, and it works perfectly, but you cannot control tire pressure, and it's not particularly economical. But then I heard about electronic inflators, and I need to be honest with you. Until too long ago, I wasn't even aware that something like that exists. Obviously, I knew about the big air compressors for your garage, but I didn't know there was a portable one. So when I learned about it, I immediately ordered one, and I received this. This works fantastic, but you can immediately see the problem. It's incredibly large, it's heavy as a brick, and you cannot take this on every ride. I mean, technically you can. I'm having it right now, but you don't want to carry it on each ride, especially if you don't have a bag. But then I found out about this. And this is Cycplus AS2 Pro. And what this basically is this, but this small and this light. And you might be wondering, what's the catch? Well, let's find out. So full disclaimer, I received this product to review it, but when they contacted me, I made it absolutely clear that this is going to be a review, not an advertisement. And I sort of thought I would never hear from them again, but they were okay with it. So we proceeded with it. But what I'm trying to say is I'm in no way obligated to say nice things about this, but still I received this for free, so take whatever I say with a grain of salt. The AS2 lineup of this product has 3 versions, and they vary by size, their price, and their intended use. The base AS2 model weighs 97 grams, costs $89, and according to their buying advice, lacks pressure gauge and is designed for on-the-road emergencies. The model I've got here is AS2 Pro. It is slightly larger, weighs 120 grams, costs $109, and in comparison to the base model, it's got bigger battery, it's got better motor, and it's got a digital pressure gauge. And they say this one is perfect for road cyclists, but I guess even if you are riding on a standard gravel bike, this one is going to be perfect for you as well. And then there is the top-of-the-line AS2 Pro Max. It's the largest of the 3, weighs 205 grams, costs $129, but is capable to inflate even larger mountain bike tires and even motorcycle tires. Now, let's talk honestly. A price point around $100 for a cycling gadget, albeit a very convenient one, is very steep. So for this price point, I'm going to expect excellent build quality, seamless usage, and fantastic performance. And we are going to test all of those things. First, let's take a look at what you can find in the package. This is the box that the product ships in, and we are now going to do a quick unboxing. So this is everything you will find inside the box. The inflator itself in its removable silicone case, the instruction manual, all the possible adapters you might need to inflate not only bicycle tires, but also other equipment like soccer balls and basketballs, a USB-C to USB-C cable, and a little pouch. So now let's talk about the build quality. It's made for plastic, I believe, but it's a quality plastic. Nothing is squeaking when I push it or anything. And on the side, it's got 3 buttons for the control and the display where you can see the tire pressure. And on the other hand, it's got the valve itself. And then on the top, it's got USB-C port. They also give you this little silicone case with it, which is probably just another layer of protection. Let's see if I can actually put it back on. And I believe in winter it will also make handling of this a little easier, as it won't be as cold. Actually, now I realized you might be wondering about the true size of this product. So I've got a basic household item here. You can see that it is slightly larger than the AirPods Pro case. So to design the ease of use, I actually designed a super complex test. Actually not. I'm going to try if I can operate it without using instruction manual, because honestly, if I can, you can probably too. So I believe this should be ready for my Presta valves. So I'm going to turn it on. I believe that's the top button here. Yes, it turned on. And here you can see it's preset for 110 psi. So I'm going to use the plus and minus buttons to select mine, and I'm going to go to 75. And now I believe if I pressed the power button again, it would actually start inflating. So in terms of ease of use, at least this is very simple and you don't really need to read the manual or anything. So I'm actually going to turn this on again with the power button. It's preset to 75 psi, and I'm going to see if it's going to actually inflate my tire. And we will hear how it sounds, and we will see how long does it take. So let's put it on. Hopefully you can see it. And now hopefully if I press the power button again, it will start inflating. Yep. So that actually felt pretty quick, but now I want to do another test. Let's actually pretend that I got flat or a puncture again, and I need to reinflate another tire. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to deflate it on purpose this time, and I'm going to inflate it again, and we will see if this has enough power to inflate it to 75 psi second time. Okay, round 2. So that was the second time I inflated my tire, and I actually think this marks the success for this product, because that's about as much as I ever want to do, either to inflate both my tires or just when I have 2 flats in one ride. And it still has 2 out of 3 power lines, like it's got about 66%. So what I'm tempted to do right now is really stress test it and do the same test again and again to see how many times it can actually inflate my tire. And that's it. It's done. So I was actually able to inflate my 28mm Continental GP5000s 3 times, and during the 4th inflation it got it to 40 psi. So I think this is as much as you can actually want, and I think it held up during this test really well. So we have done the test and it works great. But I think it would be also interesting to see how long does it take to recharge this from 0 to 100. And the manufacturer claims it should be about 20 minutes. And if that's true, it's incredible, because you can also recharge it on the go with a power bank or something like that. So I'm going to subject it to another test. I'm going to charge it on the camera, speed up the footage, but I will put the timer on screen so you can see how long does it really take. So here I have the discharge inflator. As you can see, I cannot even turn it on, so it's 100% discharged. So I'm now going to plug it, and we will see on the camera how long does it take to get recharged. Hopefully it will be visible. So that wasn't exactly 20 minutes, but I think it heavily depends on what kind of cable do you use
and what power source are you plugging it into. I think if you use the official cable and plugged it into a wall, it could probably take the 20 minutes. I plugged it into computer, so we can simulate like plugging it into a laptop, and it took a little longer, but I still think it was pretty fast and you could recharge it during a lunch on your trip or something like that. So to conclude this review of the Cycplus AS2 Pro inflator, you can probably tell from the general tone of this review that I'm pretty happy with this product, and I've been actually searching for something like this for quite some time. And I think this works exceptionally well for what it is. Like any other product on the market, this isn't 100% perfect. And I would like to mention about 3 minor gripes that I have with this product. The first is the charging time. They claim this should charge in 20 minutes, and it didn't for me. And while I'm sure their testing was in lab conditions, I was using perfectly standard cable in a perfectly standard way. So that's one thing I need to mention. The second thing is this is pretty loud. I'm not sure if it was noticeable in the video, but it can really announce your presence to other people in their location. I think it's kind of to be expected and isn't a big deal most of the time, but I wouldn't probably use this during nighttime in heavily populated areas where it could disturb someone. The third and last negative I want to mention is the price. This costs $109, and that is incredibly steep for what it is, for a cycling gadget, albeit very convenient and very well working one. If that price is worth the convenience for you, that's what you need to decide. But just know that there are way cheaper ways to achieve the exact same thing. Okay guys, that was the review of the Cycplus AS2 Pro. If you're interested to learn more about this product, I will include the link to the product in the description down below. And if you decided to purchase this product, use the code ROAD2A and you will get 5% off. Ciao!